Good evening. It is still Sunday, August. Wow, my brain has definitely gone backwards. It is October 10th. I don't know why I'm thinking August for some reason. Um, I jumped on here to talk a little bit about the fact of that most of the people who answered the question of which book I should start reading again, a lot of you wanted to hear the ghost stories from Mary Summer book, Phantoms of Foot. Now, I'm going to tell you this much. I've read the book. I don't remember a lot of it. I do remember it was my first book that I read from her series, which was backwards because at the time she only had 4 books, and this was number 4 out of the book, fresh, brand new printing in the whole 9 yards. And because of certain events that were happening when I got this book back in the late 80s, after losing 4 family members and having a lot of confusion and misdirection and all the things that a teenage boy who just lost his father does not need. I mean, granted, he was number 3 out of 4 people that died in an 18-month period, but still, he was the one that really, blew me away. Blew me away not only because of the fact that I did not think he would die so soon. I did not realize how bad his health situation was. So, with all the things going on before he passed away, it was enough shocker to have my grandmother die a month before he did. But, I thought my father was this bullheaded, strong as an ox, nothing could take him down type person. Well, obviously I was wrong. I understood people at a certain age over 70 or 80 eventually pass away. But I didn't think, somebody at the age of 46 would or could. Especially a natural cause. But when you don't watch your diet and your health and listen to your doctors, something's going to happen. That's one of the reasons why I listen to my doctors and go to my doctors. Because not only do I want to outlive him, when I hit 50, I will have literally outlived him 4 years. But, or not. Well, he passed away in July of 86. He just turned 46. And I'm going to be hitting 50 in October. So, yeah. I've already outlived him by 4 years. But still, my point is when I read this book, a lot of things started making some sense. Not a lot of sense, but some sense. Now, I know after reading Phantoms of Foot and then starting and reading the first 3 books, I started understanding some of the things that they were talking about in this book, as well as understanding not Mary, but her mentor, No Eyes. No Eyes had a quirky personality. But I will tell you this much, without even reading the foreword. These stories chilled me to the bone on some of them. And a couple of them were like, Mary and her husband Bill got themselves into some sticky situations and could have not returned. So I'm giving you guys the option, since it's going to be at least 24 hours before I start reading or can sit down and read this book, unless I do it tonight. I can either read the book, not you. I can either read the book verbatim, which will take me a very long time, or I can just read through it and tell you the juicy parts. I kind of think reading certain parts would be better because then you get more of a sense of what's up or what's happening. The only reason why I kind of am leery to read this verbatim is not just because of the fact that it'll take a long time, but because this particular book has been, I don't know who the original owner was, but I'm pretty sure it's been passed down from one person to another until it got into the half-price bookstore. And somebody has highlighted several, or not highlighted, underlined several different areas. Same with the Earthway book. Somebody had it before me. I don't know how many other people, but Phantoms of Foot is softback or paperback, and Earthway is hardback. But whoever owned these two books before me underlined areas that they thought was important, or important to them, or to the person that they handed it to, gave it to. Because Earthway literally gives somebody's name, and or not full name, but first name, and this is what you should be doing, or this is what you should be looking out for. This is very important that pertains to, little cliff notes. But I'm gonna let you decide. I mean, I'm not against reading it to you or telling you a little bit about each story, but I have to be like, if you can't tell, I've already put a rubber band over the first couple pages because they started falling out on me, and I'm like, no. What I'd like to do, because I don't know if I can find anybody who sells unused copies of these books, or this book especially, and get a fresher copy so it's not falling apart on me. But you know what I should have done, and it would have been no, because I did have these books, I just don't remember what I did with them. But something tells me whoever this person was that owned this before, because it was in a library. Yeah. It was in a library in Bailey, Colorado. At least I think it was a library because, I mean, it gives a P.O. box, but Muree Palvecki Wiskai. Might have been a name, and they put their address on there just to make sure that if it got lost, it would come to them. But on the outer pages on the bottom, something budget books does not have a prefix, it just has a phone number. Pretty sure I can look that up and ask them about the previous owner of this book if they have a but I will tell you that I remember a couple of these stories, and one of them was really interesting because it was about a woodsman, or they called him the Axeman, but he was a woodsman who must have lived out in Colorado somewhere during the heyday of the pioneers, because it talks about how he came home to find his Native American wife and child burned alive in their cabin. And because of his grief and whatnot, he shot himself. And then Mary had to send his ghost through the light. So, yeah, stories like that. A lot of the places she talks about are out in the woods or out in the backcountry of haunted areas. She does talk about a hotel or something like that that was haunted. She does not give exact names or locations for the purpose of keeping the grounds from being stomped on, or the people that are still living in the real, in the this plane of existence don't get a lot of people going, you talked to Mary Submarine? Can we? No. There was a time in my high school days reading her books and whatnot, finding out more and more about her family, and feeling a certain kinship, or feeling, at least the way I felt, I thought I was being drawn closer to her to learn things. And I did find her, I did get her address at one point in time through the publishing company, and we corresponded for a short period of time. I sent Christmas cards to them every so often, but then I lost the address because it was with stuff that got lost during Hurricane Sandy. And not that I'm looking to reconnect or anything like that, but there are just certain things that transpired over time between me moving from Arizona to Missouri, here in Missouri alone, moved Dixon, Rolla, St. James, Rolla, New York, Rolla. The towns that I just gave are all here in Missouri, except for New York. Well, New York is a state, as y'all know. But part of me really, really wants to reread this stuff and talk to you guys about it. Part of me is just kind of like, my book's falling apart. I don't know if I want to risk losing pages. But we'll see. We'll see. But until then, we'll just continue chit-chatting about life. Was there something else I want to say? No, I don't think so. I think I want to get off so I can spend some time with Jerry and unwind for the evening, because tomorrow is Monday. Now, thankfully, Jerry doesn't have any appointments tomorrow, but I have to get up at my usual time, 5 o'clock in the morning, to go to work. I'm sorry, I apologize. That was to go to work. Yeah, I'm just gonna little bit about today. Now, all you guys know, I did a vlog this morning with Bible verses on healing and hope, because of what's going on. Now, I know a lot of people, I did not. I don't know if Jerry didn't, but Jerry didn't talk about the results from the biopsy. But the thing is, here's what it is. They did the biopsy in the upper leg because basically what the doctors told Jerry is the reason why they couldn't do it at the knee was too much tissue. I don't know if that was their polite way of saying they can't get to the tumor because of the size of her leg. Now, a little brief about Jerry. Jerry is, as she put it, lopsided, because her right side seems to be larger than her left side. Like her right thigh is bigger than her left thigh, and all that stuff. That could be genetics. Who knows what that could be? But yeah, the biopsy showed that she had. Well, by the time they did the biopsy, they knew that she had something wrong with her kidney because it was larger than normal. They knew that she had the tumor in her knee. And of course, by the time they got to the biopsy itself, the images and whatnot showed that she had cancer, spots all over her bones. So they had to go into the knee to do the biopsy. And the biopsy told them what kind of cancer she had, and the fact that it was a treatable. It's not 100% curable, but they can basically treat it to the point of being semi-normal. And what I mean by semi-normal, according to what I heard from the doctors and the reports and whatnot, is they can reduce the cancer They can reduce the swelling because of cancer in the kidney. They can probably reduce, if not get rid of, the knee tumor. But because the kidney is stage 4, they cannot totally rid cancer from her body, but they can do the treatments and whatnot to reduce it, if not put it into remission, so that she can have a semi-normal life. Which is kind of funny because my brain is always going normal. That's the setting on a dishwasher. There's no such thing as normal in life anymore. I mean, it's like everybody has their own problems or issues to deal with and whatnot. But anyhow, at this point in time, the one group of doctors, and they're all talking to each other, but the one group of doctors want to prep her for the treatments and all that stuff. The other set of doctors want to try to do certain things, but before they can do it, the one doctor's office is trying to help Jerry out with finding a way to work around or work with the insurance company and not be so extravagant that I am in debt for the rest of my life type situation. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, the biopsy said this, but the doctor said this before the biopsy, and now the biopsy is agreeing with the doctor saying stage 4 cancer in her kidney, but all the other pictures or images or whatever on the bones that is saying that it's part of the kidney cancer. Basically, they're thinking that if they can get rid of all the little cancers on her bones and whatnot, that they can, after that, they can focus on the kidney. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just focus on the kidney? Because if the kidney is what's causing the cancer to spread, once you get the kidney under control, cancer-wise, the rest of it should be easy peasy. But I don't know nothing about medicine, so I'm just going by what I hear. And the other thing that I'm starting to be concerned about, because the fact that she was showing signs today, is because she is so physically tired today from, maybe she did too much the day before, I don't know, but she's starting to show the signs of exhaustion and whatnot that comes with cancer. And she hasn't even started treatment, and I'm sitting there going, oh, she's already starting to go downhill, and it's, with spiritual strength and positivity. I'm concerned how much worse it could get because of the treatments. So I'm already like, yeah, one day at a time, focus. Don't get ahead. And that's what I was telling Jerry when she started breaking down after dinner. And she felt so helpless because she was too tired to help me with prepping dinner and all that stuff, because I made dinner tonight. And I was like, babe, don't feel sorry that you couldn't do anything. Don't feel sorry that you're exhausted and tired from just a little bit of extra work the day before. That, in fact, the day before, we stayed up until, well, they stayed up, I stayed up. I stayed up until 8 o'clock and then went, no, I gotta go to bed so I can, keep my cycle going. And they stayed up, and they kept on playing Monopoly. We have electronic Monopoly. And Mom was out there, and me, Jerry, and Julie were drinking. I knew my limit, so I had enough to make me feel tired so I can go to sleep. Excuse me. But when 8:05 came around, I was like, I need to go to bed. I don't remember if I was out cold by the time they came to bed or what, but I was thinking to myself, without saying anything mean or rude to Jerry, that, okay, what did we do yesterday that could have caused her to feel this way? Okay, she drank. She probably shouldn't be drinking anymore. She did, she did a lot of movement around the house and whatnot, trying to keep herself going. But the only thing I can think of that could have made her feel the way she feels today is physical aches and pains from the movement, and then the alcohol, the booze. Which, granted, we don't do that often. This is like once in a, I don't want to say blue moon, but once. Geez, when was the last time that she had drinks? When was the last time her family came over? When was the last? It's been a good long while since she drank, but I'm thinking to myself, maybe because of the medication and the cancer and whatnot, she should not have drank. But I did not want to keep her from having some fun. Maybe this will help her learn her lesson. I don't know. But I worry about her. I mean, I love her to death, and I don't want her to. I don't like seeing her depressed or in poor spirits or anything like that. So I'm just sitting there going, besides feeling sore and tired and non-useful or anything like that, I'm trying to, my brain is like, what else could be causing this? I mean, I know she gets upset because of the fact that she's not as mobile or free to do what she wants to do because she's either A, stuck at home because she can't drive, or just exhausted and worn out from the pain and the medication that she's already taking. So it's kind of like one of those, all I can do is talk her down, talk her out of her depression or her I don't want to say pity because that just doesn't sound right to me, but just get her back to her normal self. And like I said, it's fine. I didn't ask for help because of the fact that I knew I can do it all by myself, dinner-wise. I personally feel that until she can get some sort of balance or whatnot between just the whole dealing with the cancer aspect of what's going on, and then having to, as soon as the doctors and the insurance company and all those people get their ducks in a row so they can start doing her treatments and whatnot. I mean, I'm trying to be there for her. I'm trying to lift her spirits and whatnot as best as I can, but there are just some days where it's just like, I don't know where it came from. Like today, I'll be honest with you. Today I got done with my morning vlog and whatnot, and I just felt energized. I mean, I just felt like I could take on the world. And I finished up laundry, hung up some of her laundry, dealt with laundry, ran out to the grocery store to get supplies for dinner tonight and a few other things. And there was a young kid out there with his parents, Boy Scouts, trying to sell popcorn. And I decided to buy a small container of caramel popcorn from Mom because I know she likes that stuff. So I was just feeling generous and great and all that. And I come home and it's like I'm walking into my house and I just feel this wave of what's wrong. Jerry was tired and exhausted. Jerry, I guess because something happened last night where Mom was out there playing games with him, Mom left her bedroom door open and all the smoke and whatnot came out, and so Julie was under the weather, and I had made a big breakfast before I went out to do anything. I had literally made scrambled eggs, pierogies. I boiled and fried up kibasi, and made reheated some keto-friendly chocolate chip waffles. And I thought everything was going to be great because me and Jerry had this nice big power breakfast in the whole 9 yards, and there was leftovers for tomorrow morning because Mom didn't feel like eating and Julie wasn't feeling great. So I was a little unhappy at first because it's like, oh great, nobody wants to eat dinner. Nobody wants to eat this beautiful, delicious breakfast I made for everybody. It was just me and Jerry. But I got over that because like, okay, Mom's not feeling good. She ate something earlier. Julie's not feeling good because of her breathing problems and whatnot because of the smoke. I went, okay. I cleaned up 90% of the morning dishes because I couldn't put any more in the dishwasher. I did everything I could to make it easy so Julie can have the day off to rest and Jerry and Julie can enjoy each other's company and the whole 9 yards. And then I got to that point where I was like, boom, the virtual running into the brick walls type feeling. And then at the same time, that hit me. Jerry had her minor breakdown, and I just kind of went, it's not about me. It's going to be all about her, and I have to deal with her, and I have to try to keep her in good spirits, and then deal with myself later. Now, I'm saying that now, which you guys will hear, well, it will be Monday when this video comes out, but I'm saying that now, I just don't know. I don't know how long that will last, or how often that will be. I'll have the same issues as Jerry. I'll have up days and down days. I just don't like it when her down and my down are hitting each other at the same time, and I have to swallow. I don't have to, but I swallow my pride, or however you want to put it, to comfort her, because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's part of what I saw in the dotted line have to do with in sickness or health. And I can tell you this much, and this is one of the things that might surprise some people, is my morning Bible vlog this morning. Not only was it inspirational towards me, well, not only was it meant to be inspirational and help you realize that you're not alone in the universe, and I read what I read because to me, it was like very beneficial. And I think that's one of the reasons why that as soon as I got done with my vlog this morning, I was just like, I can take it all on, and didn't feel my normal, usual, it's just another day. No, I felt totally different. But I sit there and think to myself, I know people don't want to hear Bible verses every day of the week, which is fine and dandy, but I'm thinking to myself, for myself, that I don't have to vlog my every morning or every day, whenever I can, Bible verse of the day. But if I can find Bible verses every day that will help lift me up and not only help me feel better, but help me be able to cope with what's going on, plus the anti-anxiety medication and whatnot, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna do what I need to do to help me get through the day, and then be able to worry about tomorrow, or get up tomorrow and worry about tomorrow when it's here in front of me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go and have some sort of breakdown and whatnot, where I just go off on a rant for the sake of going off, when there's no real need nor purpose for it. But anyhow, I just realized what time it is. It's almost 8. I have to unwind so I can go to sleep. I'm actually starting to feel a little sleepy, which is awesome. Don't have to worry about, okay, what can I do to make me fall asleep? Besides listening to the thunderstorms from the little noise machine or calming machine that I received as a gift. I was going to say the person's name, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows who it is. So I'm going to bid you guys a good day, good night. If you enjoyed this little vlog, there's a thumb up, thumb down you can put on there, and then if you have a question or comment about this video, you can put it in the question comment box. And if you're not a subscriber and you want to hear the Phantoms of Foot ghost stories, or at least my take on it, you can hit the little button that says subscribe. And once you do that, a little bell pop up. You can click on that bell and YouTube will let you know I put in my next video. Until next time, you guys have a good day, good night, enjoy. Bye.